Okay, you guys, so I'm just out here enjoying this beautiful day in my community. Just out here by the pier. There's a pier over there where I like to go, but there's people there, so I'm just gonna stay right here. So I wanted to do a video regarding a spiritual session that I did, I think a few weeks ago with a very close friend of mine, and it actually, just alerted me even more about spiritual stuff regarding God, when God speaks to us, because her situation has actually kind of bothered my spirit. And when that happens, when my spirit is bothered, it's because the Holy Spirit is a little grieved. He's trying to bring to my attention that what I'm feeling is from him, because what he'll do is he'll keep bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up, and I'll go to bed thinking about it, or I'll wake up about it, or I'll be doing something random and it comes into my brain, or something on TV or the radio might trigger me thinking of it. And I'm like, this is kind of something that I really wanted to make a video about. And it's basically, so many times God gives us so many clues and signs, okay, through ourselves, through dreams, through visions, through prophecy, through so many things, all kinds of little clues that he'll set in place for us. And it is for us to show interest in the things that God is alerting to us. It is for us to have interest in the things of God and in spirituality, so that way we can bring everything in perspective. That way, every time he drops a puzzle, which is a clue in our lives, we're to take that puzzle and to think upon it. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to write it down and remember it. And then at some point, we're to bring all the pieces together, either through ourselves, or he'll bring someone like me who'll say, hey, this is what God is telling you. You're not noticing this, but I see it very clearly. God had me do a spiritual session with a very close friend of mine, and she basically told me, girl, I am in turmoil, I'm in distress, I'm confused, I feel lost, I don't know what to do. And she was really feeling really heavy. She felt like she had no direction in life. She had some ideas, but in her heart, she felt like it wasn't really, it was her. She didn't feel like it was really her, or she just wasn't sure. She had so much, confusion. Okay, we know that God is not a God of confusion. So anyway, she talked to other people who gave her their ideas and stuff. But then I'll tell you this, you guys, after she was done talking to me, she was so illuminated by this Holy Spirit. Everything the Holy Spirit told me, I told her. And it was so many puzzle pieces that she was not able to put together, that I was able to see through spiritual eyes, spiritual knowledge, through the gifting of the Holy Ghost. And he had me put all the pieces together. Now, this is the thing. A lot of people go through life where they don't get all the puzzle pieces placed together. They go their entire life just lost, confused, and doing whatever they think they know best. And obviously we don't know what's best for us. Only our Maker does. So some people leave this earth not really accomplishing nearly what God wanted them to accomplish, because a lot of it is because of lack of knowledge. We don't take the time to get into the presence of God and to understand the pieces and the clues that he gives us. We don't inquire of him. Okay, so you're just out here doing whatever you want, and you're not going to be the best version of yourself. You're not going to experience the most of God because you're doing what you want. So for her to come to me and speak to me, she knew that I was, spiritual advisor. I do what I do when I can, when God leads me. It was of God. God literally brought this woman to me at the right time of her life when she needed help. Okay, the devil was pulling her in one direction, but God had a totally different direction. If she did not meet up with me, you guys, she was about to do what the devil wanted her to do. He was about to totally sabotage and ruin, destroy her purpose, her destiny. Okay, because The thing is, in our own mind, it seems like this is what we should be doing because we have the knowledge, we have the skills about it, but it doesn't mean that it's of God. And a lot of things is, the things that we want to do, I guarantee you, by the time you bring it to someone who has spiritual eyes and insight, they will immediately tell you that's not God. When she started talking to me, I'm like, girl, that's not God. And then I started opening her eyes to, and helping her understand. And she realized, like, yo, this isn't of God. At the end of our session, we might have hung out. I think it was definitely like twice that we definitely hung out. She's my friend. She came over and we talked about her situation a couple times. By the end of those 2 sessions, this girl was so happy, so blessed, so free, had so much direction and clarity, vision from God, that everything that I told her, it wasn't even anything brand new. It all basically confirmed within her own spirit. And the thing is, when things confirm in your spirit, you get all excited. Okay? She got all excited, like, oh my gosh, yes, I have the gift for that. Yes, this is what God has been doing. Yes, he's been training me for this and training me for that. Oh my gosh, this is God. By the time she was done, she was so free and so happy. She even gave me a beautiful gesture, cute little gifts and stuff like that. And she ran with everything that I told her that was confirmed within her own spirit. I didn't tell her anything brand new. I just shed some light upon it. I just brought all the puzzle pieces together, and it lifted the burden off of her shoulder. Because it's really hard for us to go through life not knowing what we're called to do, not knowing what we're supposed to be doing. It gets really heavy on us, and it makes us not be able to sleep at night. Okay, because you're called for more, but you're not doing anything that you're called to do. So this is the problem in her situation. Okay, even though we brought all the puzzle pieces together, and I was even like, oh my God, look at God. God has given so many clues and signs. He has put everything in place for her. All she had to do was just connect the dots and just run with everything. I'm like, this is what God does for everybody. I could only imagine how many people are not paying attention. How many people have not sat down and said, you know what, I got this piece, I got that piece, I got that piece. Now let me bring it together, and God, if there's any more pieces, bring it to me and show me how to put the pieces together, and then he'll just finalize everything for you. You guys, I'm going to tell you all the pieces in this woman's situation. And even though God put all the pieces together, do you know that she chose not to go with what God told her to do? She chose not to go that way. She chose to do something else. How many of us do that? Oh God, tell me what to do. What do you want from me? I want to follow your will. And then when he gives you all the information on how to do that, at the end you say, well, I think I'm going to go this way. I think I'm going to do it this way. I'm on my timing, God, not yours. So I'm going to tell you guys all the pieces. I'm going to put it all together. And you let me know what you think. So windy out here, but such a gorgeous day. This is why so many people are out, and it's just so pretty outside. Okay, so I would say, and I didn't make any notes, you guys, I'm just gonna just talk. I would say one of the first pieces to God wanting to, align her within his will to get everything going right for her, get her going in the right direction so that way she can get the most out of him, get all of her blessings, was connecting her to someone who is spiritual, someone that does get into the word, someone that does have a pretty, solid relationship with him. Can it be better? Of course, it can always get better, but someone that's connected, who's going to give you good counsel, not worldly advice. So the first thing was, he had her contact me. She was on Instagram, and out of nowhere, she kind of just saw me. I liked, one of our mutual friends' pictures or videos or something like that, and she saw my name, and she was like, oh shoot, let me click on Debbie, and boom, got in my DM, and boom, soon as she saw my page and saw the spiritual stuff that I be talking about, she was like, I need to talk to Debbie. That wasn't you. that was the Lord that made that happen, because I've been on Instagram. Well, I was off for 9 months, but we've been on Instagram many a times before and never reconnected because I hadn't seen her in years. So all of a sudden, right when your life is, going kind of crazy, funky, the Lord shows you, Debbie, click on me. And second thing is, I'm available. Hey girl, what's going on? I need to talk to you. It seems like you'll be the perfect person to talk to. Great. She comes to me and she tells me her ideas, what she wants to do with her life. Okay. And what do I think about it? She's gotten other counsel from other people, but for whatever reason, it didn't sit with her. Okay, she received it, but it's like, I still feel like I need to talk to somebody. So she talked to me, and within moments after listening to her, I'm like, no, that's not it. And I started probing her. When you do spiritual counseling, it's not like we're psychics and we just know everything. No, talk to me, and we're gonna start beginning to see what God is trying to tell you. Okay, so you keep talking to me, and I'm just gonna pull some things out of it. And those are the puzzle pieces, and I start aligning them and connecting them, and then I let it confirm within your spirit, because if you're not feeling it, and if I say this, you're not feeling it, it doesn't connect with your spirit, then I keep probing. I keep talking to you until finally it sets within you, okay? Because it has to be confirmed within you. I can't just tell you, the Lord told you to be a teacher. I don't think prophecy really works that way. The Lord told you to be a teacher, but in your heart you want to be a doctor. No, it don't work that way. It must connect on some type of level. So we talking, and I'm pulling all this information from her, and she basically realized that God had already set up everything for her to learn what he wants her career, her destiny to be. Okay? She had already worked at a certain job that trained her on a lot of the things that God wants her to do. So basically, she worked at one particular job and did so well and learned so much that we realized, her and I, and she just jumped on it, that God wants you to do something similar, not quite this, but similar, and start your own business. Is everyone called to start their own business? No. Okay? No. But then I could look at certain people and know that you're a boss. I could look at other people and okay, you're a worker, but you're going to be a great worker. You're going to be super blessed. Everybody ain't called to be a boss and own their own businesses. It can't be that way. The world needs workers. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? If you want to have your own business, it must be ordained by God, or it may fail, or you're going to be on a completely, totally wrong path. I knew by the time I was done talking to this woman, she was not a worker. This is a boss. She is a boss. And this is how a lot of us who are meant to be bosses and own our own businesses end up being workers for the rest of our lives. And then once we're old and gray, or once we tired of our job, we start crying to God and be like, well, God, why you ain't give me my own business? God, why you ain't do this? God gave you all the puzzle pieces. He even showed you how to connect them, connected you to the right person that can show you the full picture, and we don't listen. And we end up slaving all of our lives. We end up slaving and working for other people, making other people money, and our bank accounts are sitting on zero or barely enough. So he connected her to me. The plan that she had, I immediately was like, that's not God. And it resonated with her. She was like, yeah, nah. And the thing is, what's crazy to me is the plan that she had absolutely nothing to do with God. It was going in the direction of evil. You guys, when I tell you, it was going to the direction of the devil. But then the person that she talked to, different people, there was a couple people that was like, yeah, you should do that. Yeah? But y'all believe in God. But you're telling this person to go work for the dark world, to go work for the underworld, to go work for Satan? But you Christians? Or you believe in God? But you're going to send one of his children out to work in darkness, which can lead them to hell's fire? I don't get Christians that have absolutely no type of insight for the things of God and will tell another Christian or another person that they should do something when it has absolutely nothing to do with God. I mean, the total opposite of God. Okay? So I told her, do not do that thing. Part of the things that she wanted to do was in designing. I'm like, you're not supposed to be designing this for that. Looks to me from everything you told me and what God has placed you in particular jobs and situations, he's preparing you to be your own designer to do this. And when I told her that, she was like, oh my God. She got really, really excited. Okay. Now, not only did she get clarity of what she's really supposed to be doing, her craft, her purpose, being her own boss, the Lord, what he'll do also is he'll connect you to the right people and the right resources that can help you get to the next level. Okay. Now, there was a friend who worked at the old job with her. Okay. That she was like, you know what? He, would be a great help in this business that it looks like the Lord wants me to do. He would be a great asset. He has skills that I could use. And me and him always connected on a really good level, really good friendship level. So I should hit him up. I'm like, go ahead. Let's see what happens. You're going to need support. You're going to need help. You can't do it all by yourself, right? She goes on her phone to look for the number. Couldn't find the number. Okay. Can't find the number. Why, in the middle of looking for the number in her phone, dude calls? Oh, that's coincidental? Dude calls. You telling me that's coincidental? Now, here's the next thing. Not only did dude call, guess what? Dude ain't working. That's not a bad thing because he got into a really nice investment and was able to quit that job and just begin to do some things, renovations in his home and, just take some time off and figure himself out and enjoy life. Not only is he available, okay, he's actually working in the field that you need him to be in. Not only is he working in it, he is actually in the middle of doing it. He's in the middle of doing it. The thing is, God sets you up with people. If that person is not available, if that person is working, they busy, or if that person is not even working in that field, you're having to persuade them, hey, come do this with me. I think, the Lord wants us to do this. And that person has no insight, no vision of it. They're not going to work with you. But he called you. He's not working, which means he's available. And he is actually doing the exact thing right now you need him to do. So it's not like you're going to be interrupting his life. It's not like he's going to have to stop what he's doing or he doesn't have the time to do it. Oh, well, let me think about it, sweetheart, because right now I was actually working on this. No, he's available. Here's another thing. Not only is he available, her money was tight. They're so close that dude is even willing, and we know he'd be willing to even put up more of the money for what she's trying to do. And then, you just pay him back later. But on top of that, guess what? He says, hey, let's start this business. So you didn't even have to talk to him. You didn't even have to persuade him. He came to you. He called you. And he said, hey, you know what? I think we should really go into this business and do this. What? God? You think that's God? I think it's God. I think it's God. So, now this is where things get crazy. Okay? She decides, because her money's tight. But your money tight, right? But God is saying, start this business. Well, God, how am I supposed to start this business? My money's tight. Okay. Well, for one thing, that mortgage you got is being paid for. That's number one. She already has a business that's already paying for the mortgage. Okay. So for two, she doesn't have any other bills because she has situations set in place where she doesn't really have, utility and all these other type of bills. Home is paid for. Okay. She's in a situation where things are being kind of really taken care of for her. All right. It's just money tight because she's not working. Okay. Well, God, you want me to start this business, but my money's tight. Okay, well, I'm going to give you a business partner that already has a huge chunk of money that I just gave him through an investment. So he got money and he's available and he'll be willing to, put up a majority of it if needed. All right. And on top of that, I'm going to go ahead and give you the insight and put all the puzzle pieces together right around income tax, where you're about to sit on a few grands that can also carry you during this time of opening the business. So you're not broke. God is not even giving you a situation where he's like, start a business with $1. No, he's giving you resources. So right during income tax season, you guys, and this woman got a nice chunk of change, she could sit here and pay her bills up to maybe even 6 months, if not more, maybe about 6 months, I would say. And start this business. So you got to worry about finances, because God says start your business at a perfect timing. Okay. So what she decides to do, and here's another thing. Okay. Before I say that, actually, she decides to, to say, hey, you know what? I need money. I'm going to go apply for a job in the same field that I came from. And I'm just going to apply for a job because, there's bills that I haven't told you about that I really need to pay. I'm like, sweetheart, I don't think that's something you want to do, because God is clearly telling you to start your own business. Okay? If you go get a job, it's going to set you all the way back or set you off of course. It may even destroy your purpose and your destiny. So what she did was this. She went and applied for the job. You already have the skills in it. So chances are you're going to get it. So what a lot of people like to do is this. You know what? I'm just going to apply for the job. And, if God gives it to me, then it's God. And if God doesn't give it to me, then it is not God. It doesn't always work that way, because the thing is this. You're supposed to pray to God before you even go apply. If something is already telling you that, okay, I'm probably meant to start my own business, but then you go ahead and decide to apply for a job anyway, chances are the devil's going to give you that job. And then you're going to think it's God. But God just told you one thing, but you're going to apply for a job that you have really good skills in, and you got a great resume, and they're going to hire you, but then you're going to be like, well, if God doesn't give it to me, or God gives it to me, it's God, or you're going to base it all upon God and not the devil. Like the devil doesn't railroad our destinies every chance that he gets. So the first thing we're supposed to do is pray to the Lord after he's given us all this insight and visions for our purpose, and say, God, is it you? Should I go apply to this job? You do that before you apply to the job, because if you apply to the job, the devil can manipulate you. Easy. He will give you a job that will probably pay you double than what you was getting paid before. A better position than before. Okay, a better location. And to you, it looks all good. Oh, it's God. And it's really the devil. Because the devil will give us the things that will mess us up. But to us, it's like, yes, I'm making more money. I'm in a better location. Everything is great. The hours are perfect. And all along, your destiny is being stolen from you. So she goes and applies to the job. One particular job, just like I said, so embellished. And to her, it was like, oh my God, this has to be God, because they said this and they said that. And they said a lot of things that me and you talked about. I'm like, sweetheart, that don't excite me at all what this job is telling you, because I know what God just told you through me. And it's connected so deep into my spirit. It connected so deep for this woman, what we talked about, that she even went and made shirts for the business. She came up with the name, registered the name or saved the website, and made a shirt for her and for me, because I'm like, you know what? Hey, I help you out. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind making a little money on the side. I help you out. She went as far as doing that, all to just stop it all and not do it, you guys. This is what I'm telling you. This is what happens to a lot of people, where the Lord tells us to do something, but then we look at our bills, we look at our situation instead of looking at him, and then we end up being workers. We end up slaving. We end up going in the wrong direction, and then later on in life, we're blaming God. The decisions you make affects not only you, but everyone around you, okay? Because I was willing to help her. Friend, that dude, he was willing to help her, okay? And the crazy thing is this, when she went to him about the job, you know what he told her? And she didn't even tell him anything that me and her talked about. He tells her, I don't think you should take the job. I'm like, oh my God. I think we need to start this business. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, sweetheart, what else do you need to know? Because I'm thinking this man would have probably been like, oh, I'm busy. I don't have the resources. I don't have the time, or, you know, everything opposite of what I was telling her. But he was connected with me, the same spirit. I told her, he told her. And I'm pretty sure anybody else would have probably told her too. She applies to one job. Everything looked so sweet. The offer was so nice. They told her so many good things that she felt like it was God. Well, if I take this job, then I could learn more. And then that way the business could be even better because I'll learn more. I'm like, sweetheart, the Lord already taught you everything you needed to learn at the last job. Okay? Okay? And the thing is, after the last job she had, the good one, and she quit that job, it was just God's timing because it was time for her to start a new job. She quit that job. After a few months, the money starts getting tight on her. She was like, well, let me go apply to the same company, but in a new location. And she did so good at the other company, made them a lot of money in a short period of time, that there was absolutely no reason why this same company should not be able to rehire her in a new location. Guess what? She went to the same company at a new location, and in her file, they said, do not hire. God blocked it. I'm like, God blocked you from getting that job, sweetheart, because it's time for you to get your own. But she's not putting, that's another puzzle piece. He blocked it. That was a job that she should have been having because she had all the experience. She worked for them before and was a great salesperson, but then God blocked it. Even the guy who interviewed her was shocked. Like, they didn't hire you? Oh my gosh, you have all this experience. Like, I'm shocked corporate didn't hire you. She's over here shocked herself. Like, I was a great employee. How could this happen? Oh, the things that God will do to keep you on the right path, to make sure that your destiny, your purpose doesn't get stolen, right? But we have to pay attention and listen. So anyway, she didn't get that job. Out of fear, looking at her bills instead of looking at God, she goes and applies to that one particular job. They embellished everything, and I still told her no. She applied to another job, and they wanted her. They hired her at that one job. Then another, she had applied to 2 separate jobs. The second job called her, and being that she got hired at the other one, they ended up giving her a really quick offer and said, hurry up, come interview with us. We want you. And they hired her. Beautiful location, beautiful job. She took it. And I haven't seen her since. We had so many plans for her to start this business. The guy is still there, still available for her. They still talk and everything. And I know in her mind she's going to try to do this. She basically was like, well, you know, I'll do it, you know, when I get off. I'll do it on my days off. You're not. You're not. You're not. The type of job that she has, you guys, it's sales jobs. Sales jobs are so draining that by the time you get off of work, you ain't finna be trying to do a side hustle. You're not finna work on anything else. You're gonna wanna go home, relax, watch TV, spend time with your kid. If you have a marriage or a relationship that you're in, you're gonna go spend time with them. If you have a social life, you're gonna talk to your friends, but you're not gonna take all that mental work that you just did and then toss it into something that's even more meticulous, because this is all you right now. And it takes a lot of creativity what the Lord wanted her to do. Y'all, I haven't seen her since. And this right here upsets me a lot, because it's like, how many people has this happened to where God has aligned everything for you? Everything. He's given you the right people. He's given you clarity. He's given you insight. He's given you the resources. He's given you the vision, everything that you need. And yet we still take it upon ourselves and say, you know what, God, your timing isn't good enough. I'm going to go ahead and focus on my fear and my bills and my situation. And then I holler at what you want me to do later. People think they know what's best for them. How can you know what's best for you when you didn't create yourself? I'm telling you, you guys, the Lord was standing right here in this woman's face, and we got chills just talking to each other. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, the vision is right here. This is it. And the thing is this too, God can give you a vision, and it doesn't mean start it right then and there. You got to wait for wisdom. But in her particular case, it was right then and there. I told her, do not miss this timing. This is the timing. This is the season. Do not miss it. This is your timing. If you miss it, it may not come back, because opportunity is not guaranteed to come back. God's timing may not come back. I'm telling you guys, some people, you get one chance. Some people get one chance, and I don't know why some people get one and others get multiple. Some people get one chance, and you have to take it, and you have to run with it, and you have to trust God throughout the entire process. You cannot let fear and other situations overcome you. And it makes me just, it really, really bothers me, because I'm in that situation right now where I'm like, you know what, God, I'm not moving from where I'm at unless you move me, because I've tried it, you guys. I've moved from where God has put me, and he brought me right back. There's a process we have to go through. And the process, it gets annoying, it gets frustrating, it gets aggravating. I'm like, God, when are you going to be done with this process? But then I'll turn around and be like, God, please just give me patience to understand your process. I don't like it. I don't care for your timing always, God, but your timing is best. So give me patience to endure and stay here smiling, trusting you, and patience. Give me endurance, God. Help me to, understand and show me what you're doing. God will show you what he's doing in the middle of your process, so that way you can have some understanding. That way you can relax. Because when you don't know what God is doing, you can get really, really frustrated, really, really frustrated. But then God will show you what he's doing. And he showed me. And the thing is this, her destiny is linked to his. So by her taking this job and not pursuing what God told her to do, you just basically messed up his destiny. What you do affects others. The decisions you make affect others. It could be for the good or it could be for the bad. I told her I was willing to help. I was all in and ready, y'all. All in and ready. And nothing has been started. We've done nothing. At this point in time, if she wouldn't have taken that job, we would have at least had probably our first project done. More than likely. Guaranteed. But we don't. I'm going to wait for these people to pass by as I continue. Weird. So they were in the spot that I wanted to be at. So I'll just finish this video walking and show you guys some of the scenery here. It's so gorgeous. Really beautiful. Such a gorgeous day. So anyways, I think I like the lighting this way. So anyways, don't let this happen to you guys. I want everyone to take a moment and sit down and try to look at all the clues that the Lord has given to them. Sit down for a moment and do some inquiry prayers and say, God, what have you shown me? What have you told me that I missed? What am I missing? What puzzle pieces am I missing? Show me how to put the pieces together. Sit down for a moment and even go back 5 years of your life and see the certain jobs you worked with, the things that you've learned, and see if these things connect. Take a moment, because when it comes to the things of God, he wants us to be interested. He wants us to get involved, okay? He wants you to throw your whole being into it. He doesn't want you to half step and just want a portion and just be lazy with it, procrastinate with it, and then throw tantrums because things are not flowing properly for you. No, sit down for a moment and say, Holy Spirit, what am I missing? What have you shown me that I'm not understanding? What has the enemy blinded me to? What pieces have I not connected? Show me how to connect the puzzle pieces. Show me what to do and how to do it, because we are not to make our own plans. There's so many Bible verses, and I'll put them in the description box, but there are so many Bible verses that says we are not to make our own plans, because man's plans leads to death. Jeremiah 10:23 is another one. We are not, Lord over our lives. We are not to make our own decisions and do our own things. I don't care if you're in a bad situation right now, okay? You are to wait upon the Lord and see what he wants to do to get you out of that situation, because you can force something and it'll throw you even darker into a darker place, into a worse situation. Really and truly, you guys, it can really do that. I don't care how tough your situation is right now. Don't take it upon yourself to say, well, I'm going to go do this. No, inquire of God first before you go and do this. Because we don't have any more time to waste, no more time to lose by making wrong decisions, by going to the next job for another 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And then we just totally messed up our entire destiny and our entire purpose. We're 5 years behind schedule. So many people are out of schedule. So many people are behind schedule. Some people have already lost all the opportunity that this lifetime was going to give them. Some people are they're done. There's old people right now that are still working, where I know for a fact God must have shown you some type of vision for your life, because the Lord does not want you 80, 85 years old slaving at Walmart. Your grandmama can barely walk, knees are tired, destroyed, and she's slaving at Publix. Are you serious? Pushing carts. I'm like, this person right here, I'm sorry, y'all could disagree with me right here. When I see an old person still working, I mean old, my heart breaks for them, because I'm like, you missed it. Somewhere in life you've missed it, because this cannot be God's will, where you are over here old and you still working. Now, there's some old people that say, you know what, I don't want to retire. I can retire, I can sit home all day, but I want to work. I want to be still active. I get that. But then there's some that's like, I have to work, because if I don't work, I can't eat. So you worked till you died. You slaved till you died. Don't let this happen to you guys, because my thing is, she could come to me any day now and be like, come on, girl, let's get this started. I'm ready. And I'm going to be quite surprised. And even if she says, come on, girl, let's do this, I'm ready. The thing is this, you're not going to be able to put your whole being into this. You're not going to be able to give it 100%. You're not going to give it all of your focus and all of your time, because you have a job now, and that job is slaving you. It's a slavery job. You're on your feet all day. They're slaving you. You got a child, you got a man, and yet we want the best out of life. So I'm about to end this video, you guys, and it just breaks my heart, and I just hope this doesn't happen to any of you. Please make sure you check the signs, the clues, see what God is trying to tell you. If you don't understand, talk to someone that can give you spiritual insight, that will show you the things of God, not like the person that she talked to that was clearly telling her, oh, that's a great idea. And that idea was for the devil. Really? Wow. So you guys, please, please, please don't be this person. Don't let fear, of your bills. I got bills to pay, my money tight, scare you. No, we're supposed to be risk takers. When it comes to the things of God, God is going to want you to trust him. And by trusting him means we have to be risk takers. We have to have faith. And your faith has to be rock hard solid. She even told me, she was like, well, Deb, maybe my faith is not where it needs to be. Clearly it's not. Because if it was, we would already have completed our first project and probably getting ready to sell it right now. Because me, when I start a project and then I know it's God, I throw my whole everything into it, and you're going to have a end product. You're going to have something in your hand. I made this. Either it works out or it doesn't, but I made a product. Because once I make it, it's up to God to bless it and multiply it and just make it big. I could only produce the product and say, here, God, you told me to do this. Here it is. Now, what you going to do with it? You're going to bless it and you're going to do this. That's all we could do. That's all we can do is try things out and see what God does. If it's not that thing, if we got it all wrong, you know what I'm saying? Well, we attempted and we tried instead of just sitting here doing absolutely nothing. All right, you guys, I love you. Thank you so much for watching another video. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. I said subscribe. Where's the B? If you have not subscribed, please do so. And signing out.